Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Hope you all having a great week and the start of your weekend. I myself had a good week. And recovering, on Tuesday I had my little when my tooth extracted and everything, but let's get healing and stuff like that. So I'm good. But here it's not about that. It's about Mrs. Talks, and we're about to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Court in the Act, and Beyond the Gates. Those who be following know I sometimes does this talk about 3 shows in one live, but I'm good with that. So, hey Empress, how you doing, boo? What's up, Mizzies? How y'all doing? Listen, I having a great start on the weekend. Today is my Sunday, so I'll go back to work tomorrow. But hey, it's good relaxing. Today was a rainy day in New York. It was really rainy and depressing. So I just no, it's not depressing. I was watching my shows and stuff like that. But listen, y'all. How y'all feel about these shows? How you feel about Atlanta? How you feel about Beyond the Gates? And anybody who watching Court in the Act, how y'all feel about those episodes? Hold up. I'm about to get on the screen. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. What's up? Listen, y'all. Are y'all ready to give y'all opinions? Because I'm ready to give y'all these reviews and just chit chat, have a good time. Kiki, have a good laugh about some things. But listen, we're going to talk about Court in the Act first. Then we're going to do Real House of Atlanta. And then we're going to end it with Beyond the Gates. Because that's one of my favorites out of the three. So, that was my favorite show. How y'all doing? You having a great week and a great day? All your plans. Oh, it is happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Appreciate y'all. Without y'all, none of us will be in the world. Y'all sacrifice a lot of y'all do what you have to do for your children and stuff. So I know this Sunday, it's crazy. This Sunday, my mom is going away, so I'm gonna wish her happy Mother's Day on Sunday. But I hope y'all enjoy your day, a special day, and it's always it's appreciated, especially the one who does that, who had to make that sacrifice for your children. Those dusty ass dads out there don't want to do nothing. And fathers out there don't want to do nothing for y'all and stuff like that. So leave y'all to take care of the children. So appreciate y'all and those soon to be grandparents, grandmothers, mothers, soon to be. Appreciate y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy. All I enjoy is okay in my eyes, not much going on, and I'm over the peach juice and drama. Drew drama. I am too. I'm over it. I'm done with it. This is so stupid. You welcome, boo. Well, all right. So we got a lot of shows to talk about this. Now I'm wasting your time. Let's get into this. And then start. People will start coming in because it's a Friday night. And let's start. Hey, CM Boo. What's going on? Let's see, y'all. So let's get into Court in the Act. Hold up. Let me put this. There's so many tabs on this damn thing, man. I start at 10 o'clock. Start at 10 minutes. All right, Court in the Act. So this episode was about Eric, the one that I saw today. I know a little behind, but doesn't matter. As every episode I watch, I'll give you a review on it. Eric, and last week we got the colorful Skittles. So that was crazy. Now we got this one. It's Eric. So Eric came in. He's a loosely paper boy. That's all you're gonna say. Loosely paper. That's not his job. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Loosely paper guy. And he came to show. One thing I did notice about him that he's very reserved. He barely don't talk. And it's like when Terry was talking to him, it's hard to get anything out of him. He can form sentences. It's like little dots of words. And I'm just saying that and said, boy, can you give us something? Like, you're not saying much. You're not saying much. So he said he come from humble beginnings. His dad this way, his mom was this way. I know. And then he said his parents is together to this day, been like 40 something years or whatever. So it's been great. I said that's a long time. So, oh, did I say 40 years? They've been together for a long time. So they still together, and he want to kind of create that love. So he end up meeting this girl named he does production. He ended up meeting this girl named Angel because he said, "Oh, my Angel." She said, "Oh, so what's her name?" Angel. Oh, her name is Angel. I said yes. So we met Angel. She's a model. They hit it off, and after a month of dating and something like that, they had sex, and then they've been together for like 3 years. They live together. He is proposing that he want to marry her and whatnot. However, he feels some things about what's going on with her. Some things change. At one point, they was getting hot and heavy in the bedroom and stuff like that, and do the goddamn thing. And then the next minute, it's just like she not screaming, she not hollering, she not doing. She like Aaron, none of that. She ain't doing none of that lately. No screaming, nothing. Not giving much. I said, "Oh, what you doing?" So he thought. So she started modeling this hoodie for somebody. This hoodie got this hoodie. He researched who this hoodie is from, or look up the name, and saw the picture and realized maybe she's doing something with this guy. Now, not really nothing else to go by, but that she's modeling a hoodie and she be wearing this hoodie a lot, and that's it. And I said, "Oh, so we'll get anything else. What else is suspicious?" So it was not really much evidence that could go by other than she's modeling a hoodie for this guy. And look at that. So something off about her. So he questioned her, and then she just saying he is tripping, basically in so many layman's words. He is tripping. And I said, "Ooh, what you tripping about?" And he one of those loose guys, loosey paper guys who don't say a lot of words, but has a lot going inside. So you gotta be careful. I said, "Oh, child." So there's no passion. And he said he'd give us thing. He gave us the world, and he wouldn't give us a ring. So she met the family and everything. So we need to make the next step. So he gave permission to put cameras in the house that they stay together, and let's see this catch this girl. So investigation day one, they placed cameras in the house. She was going around her little lazy day, and she pampered her feet. Like she had a foot she took her feet and nice little foot spa. Then after that's done, she got a phone call. She got a phone call with her friend and basically telling her friend, listen, Linda, these are right, these is good, but I don't know. I just lately he just not be doing it. He just not be pleasing me well and all that stuff like that. And she basically talked about his sex performance. It's like I try and this, that, and it's not given at all. It's not given. It's not the spark is not there. We don't go on dates. We don't do things as much as we used to. So it's just getting dry, getting very dry. And so basically that was a whole conversation about his performance and how he's not doing what he needs to do in his bedroom. So later on, she went inside a bag. She got a bag out of a closet somewhere. And then she put out a bag and she put out a large purple dildo. Yes, I said it. She put out a dildo, and I said, "Oh, that girl!" She put that out and then whipped it out, and she had a bag of them, a bag full of them. So I said, "Oh, child, she ain't playing. She ain't playing." She said, "If I'm not getting pleased on somewhere, I'm going to get pleased in some of those areas." So she went in that room and got what she did to do. And the investigator said this, not the investigator, surveillance person. Yeah, you can say investigator. She went and came back another day. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna let her be for the night." So day two, Angel left. She left the house. She had to get up the house and everything. And then she went to this park. And remember some of her friends. But then we started seeing her interacting with somebody. Interacting. And it was just one particular guy. Not bad looking guy, but you could tell she was getting chummy with the person. Fixing a plate, putting his plates next to him. I said, why fixing plates? But whatever. Fixing plates, giving the plate. They taking pictures and whatnot. And then they left together. Holding hands, left together. But they left in separate cars. So I said, okay, maybe they was going to go about their different ways. But no. They surveilled her and she went to a bodega. And then he was there too. So they went inside the store. You know, the person investigator came with her little camera hat, went inside the store and catched the footage. And basically, he was buying some scratch off and he bought some Magnum condoms. I said, ooh. Oh, so you just want to tell us that you got something, huh? All right, y'all just love me buying Magnum condoms, and some of y'all don't even got Magnum dick. But whatever, that's not besides the point. Move on. So after all that said is done, you know, they meet up with the person, and then Tammy and Coach Ken talk with him and her, and get the rundown of what happening, and then they decide they will do a takedown or they will team up and go from there. So they sold the footage, and they sold the footage about when she put it out the dildo. But he thought that dildo bag was a makeup bag. I said, "Oh yeah, that's a makeup bag, all right." I know she's like a long time to get her makeup done. I know that's right. Ellie, yeah, she making up something like, but I'm not the what the makeup you thinking it is. But yeah, he was a little mad about that. I was like, ooh, chill. But at that point, he still didn't think nothing of it. He was like, okay, I guess you got a dildo. Make him feel type of way about it, because you know some men feel type of things about, oh, I'm not pleasing well that the woman got a dildo and stuff like that. Well, I'm not good in the bed with myself. Obviously, they doing something with themselves, and you know, probably not doing it right correctly. Not the tongue, nothing. So then they saw a picture of the guy, and then he said yes, he recognized him, and that was the guy that he saw in the pictures as he looked up who owns the hoodie brand that she was modeling. So that's the guy. So they went to the house and saw that, went to his house, I guess his house, pulled the curtains closed, and had a little nasty time. Then she left. He came outside with no shirt on. So I said, yes. He came in with a shirt on. They came out with no shirt on to show that he got some chestises and all that stuff like that body. He got a nice body too. A lot of tats. Nice body and everything. And he got locks on. So then left. So next one there. So from all that video footage, he seemed like he got a little rage going on with him. Now he not saying nothing at this point because they was like, "How do you feel? What's going on?" He just uh that was so much. They say, "Oh, come on, say something." He got rage, and then I said, "Oh, child, mine is a loosely paper guy. That's with a black woman, or at least biracial. It is a mixed woman, whatever." But he was able to laugh. So I said, "Hmm." So we stepping in that territory. So you Asian, but okay. So he said he want to confront the guy. He want to see what's up. He want to confront the guy, and he got a lot out of his mind, and he got to get some answers. And from there, but at that point, he still feel like he still want to move forward with the girl. So I said, what's the point of me doing all this if he was gonna stay with her anyway? But okay. he said he gonna do a takedown. So I said, all right. Now at this point, it was still early in the episode, so I said something is happening because this may be a plot twist or something because it's too early. It is not left in the episode yet before it at least gets to that point. So they met up. They said we can do it today. Fine like that. Got in the car. They said yes, we're gonna do a takedown. We finally found out where they was at together. It was a soul food restaurant. I said, well, that's right. And you go to a takedown. So what they did, they have decoys inside with camera footage so we can watch it and see what's going on. Then we're gonna have you go inside, and then we go see what happened, and then from there we go step in. So while they was talking, the guy at this point, his name is Keezy. So his name Keezy and Angel. He was talking about chillins. She ain't want no chillins. And then he talked about some 3 sides and whatnot. So at that point, he said, no, I don't think I want to go inside. I don't know about this. I ain't gonna go inside. So they was like, oh, what? What's going on? He said, no, I don't know. I don't know, go inside. That's not a good idea. I don't want to go in there. I ain't want to go in there. And they was like, hold up. So Tammy, Chad, because Tammy pulls the video and it's like this. So what? What'd you do? What you saying? She really had to take a breath and just like, said, don't waste my time. Terry had that look to say, boy, you had us do all this for you not to want to go inside. You better do this. You say you want to talk to them. You want to take it down. We here. So you got this. You got it, Eric. You got it. Go ahead and talk to him. You got it. Kind of like it had to be a cheerleader for him to encourage him to go inside. Baby, they should have just let him stay in that car because he got outside that van and he speed walked to the door. I said I could have sworn for the first one who wasn't out trying to talk to them. And then all of a sudden he got all this energy to go confront them. He speed walked the door. He got close to the door and he started running like a woo. And so I said, oh no, what up? They said, hold up, where's all this coming from? Like, what the hell? He just charged at Keezy, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, dang, see? He already got much words. All that rage, picked up anger, came out of him, just wanted to charge at somebody and fight. I said, that's what they do. They wanted to fight. Huh. So, put together. They was going on. Keezy's all confused. He said, what's happening? What's happening? What that age is like, oh my God, what's gonna get inside here? Like, I can't, what's going on? I can't do it. So she went outside, get her car. Tammy tried to talk to Angel about what's the deal. Thinking Eric is getting hold back. Keezy getting hold back. Keezy's like, what's going on? But at this point, he's like, he feel like he needs to protect Angel because he said this guy is ridiculous crazy. And he felt like, in her words, this is the crazy ex or like that, or that she's scared of. So he's on protective mode of Angel at this point, saying that she would introduce this guy as a crazy roommate because he would never go to her house because she said, nah, I don't want to go to my house because I got the crazy roommate going on. Meanwhile, that was her boyfriend Eric that she's talking about. But at this point, he still was like, nah, we good. She's scared of him. Nah, I gotta be here. Like, what's going on? She's with me and scared of him. Whatnot. Meanwhile, Eric's in the corner, standing there, or looking a little red in the face, all that stuff. So they took Keezy outside. They was like, hold up, Eric, this is not what you say you was gonna do. Like, you coming in barging and charging at people. Like, we was shocked, like, hold up. First, you didn't want to talk. Now, all of a sudden, you just coming in charging. One of that fights trying to charge at people. So they talked to Angel. Angel said, I can't do this now. I gotta go. I Okay, I gotta go. And so she gotta leave. So Tammy said, listen, I ain't gonna invade your privacy. So you want to go? Go ahead, go, girl. And I said, but if she go, how do we get the answers? Okay. So she off and left. talking to Keezy. He said he been with her for a year. She been with Eric for 3 years. So it's obviously what's going on. She just creeping around, or stuff like that. He say he like the girl. It's a friendship, relationship building. He thinks he loves her. This is old Keezy saying. Thinks he loves her and all that, whatnot. They went inside, Keezy and Eric. And he said he been with her for a year. Eric, I don't know. Eric seemed like he tried to one up or something and try like he marking his territory or something like that. And it was cringy to me. To be honest, I ain't gonna front. And I know it's like cute that people say, "Oh yeah, he claiming his girl, he fighting with a lady," or that's like that. I said that's cute and all, but you say that, but once they start turning on you, don't say that. But he would do a lot of walking, and he said, "I've been doing well, I've been for 3 years," and it's like that, and that's just that. And I said, "Okay, calm your behind down." So they said we gotta get Keezy Angel on the phone because at this point y'all got answers. She's not here. She just skedaddle. So he called Angel. Keezy called Angel twice. The first time she didn't pick up. The second time she picked up. And Tammy talked to her. She said, "I know you want to. We could come back, and I just me and you talk by ourselves and everything." She said, "Okay, I guess." So she came back, and Tammy and her talk while Ken was still inside talking to Eric and Keezy and try to talk reasons with them. Basically, Angie just told us, listen, he doesn't talk. She said, "Oh, Tammy said, Chad, I know, girl, because I sit here talking to him and try to put it in tea, trying to get answers out of him." It's like what the problem is, and we barely get much out of him because even I was getting annoyed. Like it was, I was like, "Girl, Kim Boy, say something, chill. Like, what we here for?" And she said she wants to work it out with Eric. She wants to be with Eric, but something got to work because they don't talk. He don't really communicate with me. I had something going on, and it's something's not right. It's not working. If we don't fix it, it's not gonna work out. But I really want to work it out with him. But we got to find some ways to communicate and get things because they had uncommunication expectation means they're not communicating with each other. It's expectation that somebody will perform something, and it is what it is. How she got with Keezy, and it's that it's been like a flirtation, everything going on, and the next minute it just was fun. It basically was fun for her. She ain't wasn't taking nothing more to that. I don't know, maybe he thought of something more, but maybe she was feeding him something for things, but she kept going back, kept going back. Mainly because he has a BD, basically. Because it's fun for her. The guy back home is not doing well. He's not working the box like she wants him to do and not doing a well job. So he is fulfilling that needs. It's like that. And then when they talked to her about that, he was like, "Oh, Eric," he said, "It's comparable." It's just like that. I said, "Oh, what you trying to say? You trying to say no, you're not slacking everything?" I was like that. But hey, whatever. She said, "It just happened." She said, "Tammy, listen, things don't happen by chance. You just all slip and fall on a day." She said, and the girl started laughing. She said, "Tammy, I slipped." No, you didn't, girl. You didn't slip on nothing. You may have split on it, but you have slipped on nothing. Like, oops. Chad, you oops nothing, girl. You busted out with a guy. Because you got to be me. And obviously it was good because he kept going back. So, took her inside. She said, "Listen." But before that, she did say on the phone that Evan is her boyfriend. And they said, "What's the relationship, what status with you?" And Keezy, she said, "I don't know about that." So, but even then, Keezy still said, "Oh, that's my girl. This, that. I want to be her. It's not gonna love her." So, but at this point, he realizes that this is great because. So she sat there. She said what it is, and to both Eric and Keezy, she just said, "Keezy, there's nothing going on for us. It was just all fun and games. I want to be with you, Eric, but you gotta communicate. You gotta talk. You gotta do this, something more." And basically, just a sex thing. So they took Keezy out. Keezy said he gotta go. He out. He's whatever. So they got Angel and Evan to talk. And they asked him, "How do you feel like that?" He just said, okay. She just said, okay, we gonna work it out. How's that helping? That's all you say? What do you want? And it said, yeah, it. Look, I said. So David said, this is the problem. This is where you at right now. Because if you don't start communicating, start saying something, then this going to continue happening for years and years and years from now. Boy, what do you want out this relationship? I want what my parents had. So what do your parents have? Monogamy. So can you be monogamous, Angel? Yes, I can be monogamous. It's like that. There you go. Boom, bam, pow, pow. Move on. I'm done. Get the fuck out of here because y'all is wasting. Y'all is just stressing. So Keezy said before he left, he said, "Oh, she'll be back." I said, "Child, when God said that, be bold to say that statement. Usually they know that's the truth, but we'll see how this goes. So maybe she got to prove him wrong and say she won't come back. But he said he don't trust her. He still care for her, but she made her decision, and that's what it is. She's move on." I was like, Keezy, you got no issue finding a woman, so you better go somebody else who want to help build with you, spend life with you, and all that stuff like that, and not just use you for your body. Because basically that's what it was. It was a physical relationship. It's a relationship, no matter how she want to put it. It is that how you define the relationship is what it is. It's a relationship where you was going for physical comfort and pleasure. What Keezy thought it was, in your mind, that's what it was. So all said and done, Angel ever got his girl, Angel. David did tell freaking Angel that he wanna put a ring on it. I said, "Damn, you could have let that a secret." It's like that, but whatever. She gotta let him know that that's what he's going. He want to go take that step, and she said, "Yes, she want to be married to him." Or like that. I said, "Okay, go find it." They hugged it out. He touched the booty. I said, "That's right. You did touch the booty." And then he'll ask a typical men question because they like to size them up and try to see who's better because they got to be a secret competition because like he was doing all that. He said, "Who dick was bigger?" I said, and I thought she was gonna lie to protect his ego because, like I said, girl, listen, the way how he's going on about how he's upset and mad and stuff like that. I said, girl, you want to tell the truth a little bit because you don't want to turn on you, the rage on you, girl. So, but however, she told the truth, and she said his was bigger. And he said, I said, oh girl, I'm nervous, girl, I'm nervous. I said, listen, you want to know the answer, right? Don't ask the question if you don't want to know the truth. So she answered truthfully, but even I was nervous. I said, oh, he grunt like that. He said, listen, hey, you want to know the answer? That's the answer. She told me his dick was bigger than yours and whatnot. So you think that of it. But sometimes when you tell another guy that somebody else that you messing with is bigger than theirs, they would prove themselves. They would prove themselves. Secretly, low key, they would prove themselves and say, oh, yeah, I'm the bigger person. I won up to this and that. And he probably not said it right then and there, but in his mind, he's like, oh, child. So I got to do this. So a follow up. Eric and Angel are still together. I think she said Keezy was contacting her like before a couple of times, but it just die out and nothing to go from there. They are talking to someone about the relationship and everything, and they're working out. They're all communicative, and he tell her what he wants. It's like that. She said she been going to sex classes, and they be doing well, and they getting better and whatnot. I said, but she said she didn't want to put too much emphasis on the sex part and physical. I said, girl, well, at least glad to tell him that. But it is what it is. But then he said, yeah, I spoke what I want. This we together. Mm-hmm. And then he said, guess what, Tammy? She said, what? Show the ring, the left. Show the ring. or something like that. And she's like, oh my God, you put a leg on her. He said, yeah, yeah, I did that. And I said, oh, you know what? Calm down. So, because she told you like I was a dick nigga, now you want to show your ass. Like, boy, calm the hell down. Nobody wants your ass but her. So, you claiming on your mark and doing all that? Yep. Yeah. Yup. It's my, I said, it's something cringy. It's something cringy about a loosely paper guy claiming a claim on a black woman like that as property as yours. I'm just listen. I might think too deep on it, but we know enough of us. We know enough of stories to know that this don't go well when a guy's doing that. But whatever, any type of guy. But then that, you know what? I ain't trying to make this race thing, but it just brings something to me. I said, it's just some cringy. Oh, that's corny. He became corny, very corny that he was doing all that. But nevertheless, that was corny to act. Anything that come from the episode, y'all let me know. Any comments that I said? Anything before we move on to Real House of Atlanta? Oh, and by the way, in June, I don't care. Go ahead, Tim. You make you a bad girl. In June, they do another spinoff to Courtney Act Double Life. So I will be watching that too, and if it's good, let me probably review it as well. We got to get some content, and also in June, Love Island is coming back, season 7. Now they is doing the Where Are You Now season 6 of Love Island. People, I don't know. I will watch it, but I will not review it because at this point, I just want to see a new season. We got enough of these girls. I'm following a lot of the PBG girls and everything on Instagram and whatnot. They doing their good thing. Congratulations to all of them. They still together. It's fine. But I'd like to see this new season, to be honest. It's like that. So I'll probably watch that one, but review season 7 of Love Island. Hopefully it's good compared to last season. It whatnot, because I know it's a long, this season, they really long. Like 2 months or something like that. The episode be like an hour something, hour and a half, or something like that. So let's get into it. All right, and any other thoughts are coming like that? We move on to next. What y'all feel about the Real House of Atlanta episode? Oh, child. Let me tell y'all. The ladies are doing a really good job on their own, and we don't need no figure Phaedra. So I don't know why they're trying to bring her back to save the show. Ain't no saving. The girls are doing, the new ladies are doing a good job. However, I may got some gripes with some of them. Now, Peach Juice, get out of here. She's whack. She's boring. She ain't doing much. She's an anchor for no apparent reason. She's stuck on the freaking Drew and Dennis thing was stupid. It's very stupid. Yes, I said it. It's very stupid. Stupid is whack. You got no issues. And you created something for no apparent reason. Don't know why she's dragging this on. But, girl, talk about what's going on with your divorce and everything happening. And be stand on your truth and answer questions. And I don't like how a lot of these ladies are just becoming Peach Juice minions. Just following her, up her behind, like she can't do no wrong. She could do some F thing towards y'all, and then y'all end up apologizing. Y'all end up letting her just talk to y'all anyone and escaping, talking about her life, escaping accountability, and escaping a lot of things. They doing a bare minimum. But y'all acting like the freaking fangirls who can't get enough of Peach Juice. Get out of here. Bye, bye, bye. The only person who's really standing up and doing their good thing is Angela. Whether you like her or not, she is carrying the show so far and doing her big one. So, and there's a lot of people all really taking into Angela. They like how her comebacks are, how she stands for herself, even if she's on her own island by herself sometimes. Catching heat from all different directions and stuff. Her catching heat from all different directions. She's standing for herself. She is not afraid to speak up, not afraid to check y'all and challenge y'all and whatnot. Especially when you got a husband who will like to play devil's advocate and who loves to argue with you. When you got a husband who like to argue with you all the time, let's make it fun. I know it's like, she said, child, y'all is boring me. It's like, when you got a husband that likes to argue all the time and like to play devil's advocate, she is no stranger to go toe to toe with a female. She's not. Because she get it at home. So she get arguments at home, even if though whatnot, she's arguing. So that's why she's quick with her weeds and rebuttals back with a lot of ladies and stuff like that, no matter who you are, because she argues a lot with her husband. So she's not gonna be afraid of none of y'all at all. So yeah, Angela's bored and that spices up. And she's actually doing it because it's like everybody else is kissing freaking pieces behind. So I don't know. Even Cynthia is like, I don't know what Cynthia does. Cynthia's her own world and I don't know what she's doing. But sometimes she's on the wrong side of the fence of things. But nevertheless, she's a friend of, so we don't need to focus on that much. But she is very present in a girl, something like that. That's what I'm saying. We don't even need Phaedra. Even with the mid-season trailer, she's here, but she's staying around in the background like she's a supporting cast member. Is in it full time. We gonna get nut storylines. We can't talk. She ain't even talk about no Apollo, nothing like that. So she ain't even gonna talk about Apollo. So it's like, what she gonna talk about? We do know she might still entertain and have a fun time with Check and whatnot. But what she will talk about? Or to reinvent, to revive Ficker Fact. F out of here. Got too open with Ficker Fracking. Fortune finally getting it. Yeah, she is. She is. So Cynthia is meeting up with Shamia and Kelly. Or she should meet up with Peach Juice. And she also met with Angela. She trying to investigate and try to get scoop and tea for everyone. Shamia and Kelly saying they talking about how, yes, we was kicking, we had a good time with the girlfriends outside, and yes, we probably were talking smack and everything. Talk about there's probably a possible baby out there. He probably was cheating, and then Peach Juice definitely said she would smash Charles if Andrew Lawson stopped messing with her. I said that is not funny, and we had this whole talk last time, John. You know, we ain't gonna go back to that, but I said that's not funny. That's not somebody who was accused of, and not accused of. We seen it happen. Sleep with someone's husband. I don't care what kind of odds it are. They still was not divorced yet, so that's still someone's husband. So you slept with somebody's husband, and he was messing around with them. It was overlap between Fallon and Peach Juice messing with Simon. F out of here. I don't care. Nobody say. I don't know what they try to say. Try to spin the narrative and make it seem like, oh, they was all done and everything, and there was no overlap. It was overlap. Miss me with all that. Y'all was going to trips together. It was in the same hotel room around the same time. All that stuff. That's all this stuff was coming out. This was happening. Putting the pieces together. Y'all was overlapping. Y'all was together. She was messing with a married man. For her to even try to make that joke was just not a joke. You don't mess around and say that for nobody, no matter if you drunk or not. Your reputation. And then you gonna come in this episode saying you would never sleep with anyone's husband. I said, girl, hey D with D, how you doing, boo? You would never go around sleep with somebody's husband. I said, I beg to differ, because you did. I was like, girl, what kind of what? And then sit there saying, and say, yeah, right. I said, sit there, don't get two piece, girl. You just said just go along with the wind, huh? I want to sit there and be mother. I said, now, if I was sitting there, I said, now, girl. And then, right? If I was sitting there, I said that, girl. No, who was Simon? I didn't know he was single when you was bouncing with him. That was a married man, right? So you will see with someone. Girl, if I was sit there, I would care nobody. I would even care about Peach's feelings. I said, hey, girl, and you did it. So it's not far fetched to Angela to make it think that was something that you could actually do because you done it already. And so the other said that. I said, oh my gosh. So they're all saying it. And then Shamia said she wanted to text Angela. And baby Angela gave her her little thesis statement, dissertations going on. She gave her a whole thesis paper. She said, listen, and whatnot, because I don't know about y'all. So basically all I got from that is she said, our morals do not align, and y'all better be blessed. I know that's right. You better say that, girl. Because how you gonna sit there and kiki and laugh when the girl said that? And knowing that she did it already, it's a possibility she could mess around with your husbands. Now, Shamia, you know she wanted to create the life that you have, right? But it failed miserably for her. So, but yeah, you just want to laugh. And Kelly, your loud ass. It's like every time you talk, hi, girl. I was like, okay, Kelly, like, girl, why is you going screaming like all the damn time? You nobody talk screaming. That's how you normally talk. Imagine when she's mad. Amazing that. Girl, yeah. And I said, girl, calm down. So that's all that said is done. So Cynthia said she's going to have a Bailey Q. At this time, she's going to have a profit. I said, keep that profit somewhere else. I don't know what's going on at a profit. I don't know. It's probably somebody probably fed her information. Right? Somebody probably fed her information because I don't know. Because she coming out here. She came in the scene, didn't even get no chance for people to relax. Oh, I felt get energy, and this is what happened in this girl, and that's that. Who got a Porsche? This is that. And I said, calm your mad ass down. Like, who the fuck is like, calm down. We know you try to get your little 5 minutes into the freaking scene, but girl, can you relax with the prophecies? See, they're too old to be this immature. Exactly. To be so freaking dunce. But baby dads are different, but not husbands. So you're not mad that somebody said somebody F with somebody's husbands? But baby dads are different? Get the out of my face. Like, girl, it's like, y'all is so dusty. I said, we don't need no profit. Get that profit out of here. She don't need to profit nothing. So, Kelly do a party for Cha-Cha? Yes, girl. You know, my baby. I got all my girls and even my further ones, and we doing a party, and we gotta go all big and Cha-Cha's no girl. She get her nails done. She got her hair done. She got her body paint. She did all that and everything. How much all that cost? Well over $1,000. And I said, oh, child. All that over little Cha-Cha. I said, listen, love your dogs, love your loved ones. They all family members, but damn, girl. Okay. But we know people do that for their fun ones. So I'm not mad and hating. I'm not mad and hating. When you got the money, you got like that, listen, do what you got to do. Have parties for every little thing. Have parties for everything. Shoot, I can walk outside and have a party. Had a good day, have a party. Yeah, I go in the bathroom, have a party. Like, we just have a party for everything, huh? Child. Child, just have a party. Chill. I'm laughed today. Got a party. Party. Come on and have a party. My first season, not like a 50-cent piece. Exactly. She had a little party for little Cha-Cha. So Britt Buttermilk came over there, and she was like, her mom is moving to her apartment. Her mom is giving up her freaking house and whatnot. She said her sister Sherry is being supportive and helping out, but her sister Tierra, she calls her. So she's kind of rebuilding her friendship and her relationship with her sisters because she said they was working together at one point and everything, and as she sold the business, they hadn't been close. That's what she making it seem like that it was not close because she had a business. She sold it, and then they don't have her jobs anymore, so they kind of stopped talking to her. But I think the major part, and she did also mention this, the major part that they really got distant is because the father. Oh, that dog looked like a mess. That dog looked like a purple freaking tsunami. Like I don't know what's going on. It's just all over the place. Colorful for no apparent reason, color for the rainbow. That dog looked whatever. Good put eyelashes, put on diamonds, put on makeup. I said, girl, you did too much. Just tie that, just threw that in the freaking blender, and it just came out with a dog like that. But the real reason why the sister's been distant is because the father passing away. So it all affected them differently. And I feel like the family has not really grieved effectively or really helped each other out, at least whatever how they grieve well. Because let's jump into that scene real quick because we're jumping around. Freaking, they packing. Sherry's all hip and hollering. And why is it and why I was like, girl, can you calm more on that hot hip and hollering in this freaking house? I know you're upset, but why are we up this amp up there? And then a freaking mother saying, he left me. I said, no, girl, he did not leave you. He died. What's wrong with you? That's it when Britt and her family was off. Exactly, it was. Because they had so many different things going on, and it was not, it's like it was all over the place. The mother thinking that the daddy left her. I said, no, the father did not leave her. He died. So what is he talking about? He just didn't leave you. Sherry's going off about why the mom is giving out the house and stuff like that, and then whatnot. And Sherry, the mom, always butting heads. Tierra, Britt called Tierra, and Tierra said, you can call me, you good and everything, but I'll let y'all know that thing. And then Sherry, he said, why you don't be calling me? You don't be answering your phone. I said, oh, child. Kind of just break down. I think she's the youngest, right? Because Tierra's the oldest, something like that. Or Sherry's the oldest, and Tierra's the youngest. I think Tierra's the youngest, Britt the middle, and Sherry's the oldest. I don't know. I think it's mixed. I think I was right the first time. Sherry's the youngest. And she just like really got really emotional. Did I be calling you? You don't be calling me back and everything. Because Tierra did her grief for the father her way by being distant. That's what I'm saying. People grieve differently. Tierra grief is being distant. Not being close to those people, don't want to talk, just want to feel her emotions. And I think it's within a year. Her father died like within a year, like last year, like that. So it's kind of fresh in their minds right now. It's still fresh. It's not have been long. Even if it was long, it's still at the end of the day. Lost a parent, it's always gonna be a hard time. So Tierra distanced herself. And yes, she getting back into talking to Britt and everything, but that's almost what it is. I don't think Britt really said that Tierra been around like that. She just said she just calls her and checks up on everything. They talk on the phone. But that's all. That's the extent of it right now. Sherry feel like Tierra hasn't been calling her back because Tierra doing her own thing. And Sherry wants conduct. I think Sherry in Sherry mind, she's dealing with a lot, and she just want her family to be close and be there and console her and everything. The mom is thinking that the father left her, all that stuff. So it is like, and the mom getting with the house because I guess she don't want to be tied down. She will just live her life. But yet you go and be in the house with Britt. And Britt wanted the mom in the house when she had a child so she could be help her with the grandchild. But the mom said, listen, I'll be out the house till you get that baby. I'll be in this house till you get this baby. And the mom said, I'm out. Because he's hiring me now for no baby. Child. But yeah, that whole family scene was something else. Then the grandma said, oh, the God upstairs and something like that. Y'all acting a fool. And I said, listen, don't bring on all this thing. They grieving, they do all this and they're acting a fool because they don't know how to handle their emotions better and properly. and I guess they need to go to a grief counselor or something like that to work on this as a family unit or individually, and maybe they work on putting back together. Because that nucleus of that family was the father. Since he passed away, it's like the whole thing just fell apart. It fell apart. And he still got one parent living, and they still came out to get together. So I was like, "Oh, what y'all think about that family dynamic?" And even when Sherry was going off in Tierra like that, Tierra looked like she was not even bothered by Sherry's tears. I think her name's Cheria, whatever her name is. I won't call her Sherry. Um, tears. She said, yeah, I get with y'all when I get with y'all. It's like that. Taylor was not even bothered. She was not even phased by no tears and no crying. She was looking at that phone. She said, okay. And she looked like she was annoyed by me in that phone face call. She looked like she was annoyed by me in that FaceTime. She said, yeah, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, I just, yeah, I be there, y'all. Congratulations, I hear y'all. And just call me. And I said, just call me. And I said, oh, child. So Peach Juice met with her sister, her mom, and we found out Peach Juice gave her daughter a dog because she said she needs somebody, something like that. And she PJ called the baby, the dog, Peanut Butter. All right, Peanut Butter. And she told her mother and her sister why she was upset about the thing. And basically, she was upset because she got a call that Dennis is flipping with Drew. I said, so what? They got a product together. It's so what? Good, let us go. You're not even that damn bothered and mad. He is the baby daddy. He's not your husband and whatnot. You gonna do him. You gonna do him, but good, whatever. And then she tried to spin it and try to twist the narrative like the text messages that she read were basically saying that Drew was trying to sleep with freaking Dennis. I said, no, that was you would have done. You did that. Don't put it on for no Drew. We don't know no Dennis and Drew smashing it. And that's so. Dennis had no problem speaking on his dick. He gonna tell you he smashed or not. If he ain't smashed no Drew, he didn't smash no Drew. He ain't gonna have to lie to you. He will tell you he smashed someone. So, girl, you here trying to strong on things, and then he in a confessional with her this episode. I said, oh, so we doing confessionals now together. Show you a unit. Yeah, just a unit. And then you gonna call him a bro. Now, I said, first of all, that's not your brother. And you don't sleep around with your brother and have a baby with your brother. So you better stop with this bro thing and everything. And even Dennis was like, girl, stop it. Because this camera's off. I could just speak sweet nothing in your ear and your legs will spread. So I'll be graphic. Yes, I said it. But listen, Dennis looks like he don't have to work hard to get peach juice in the bed. He don't have to work hard. I'm just saying. So he just don't be paying her any mind. He be just paying her debt. So he said, girl, you be all right. And then she get an all pair. I said, what the hell do you need an all pair for? I said, what are you doing that you need an all pair? Is the sheets line in the Go Naked Hair making you that busy? And also filming the show? Yeah, Buttermilk. Yeah, she's a new housewife. Yes, we know that. She is. And welcome, welcome. Listen. But why do she need all pair for? I don't understand. And all people going between Dennis and her house. They had the all pair meeting at her mother's house. And then take the au pair to her house so she could get settled. They screen her. She's from South Africa. The person who's an au pair have other au pair friends in the area. So that's what she gonna do on her free time, meet with her friends and read. But I said, that don't make. I don't know why you need that. I don't know why you need a girl. I mean, it seems like Dennis is there to support, but I don't think he really care about those all paired anyway. And I said, "Oh, you gotta get one." And I said, "Oh, you try to pick somebody that you know Dennis can kind of f around with and freak." Cause I look like that Paul Pitt looked like she was freaking borderline get past the teenage, early adults. But whatever, I ain't judge. So Shamia went with Shanice. That was the surrogate of Gandhi and her. And I guess Shanice, I think that's her name. If her name that's not her name, y'all correct me wrong. Shanice found a new pair. They screened the lady. She's well fit for medically and physically and everything. Everything's all good on paper and whatever. They have to go legal to make the process work to move on with the next thing. Because Shamia's husband wants a son. I mean, it's not necessarily going to actually get a son unless you do some science to get create some gender and stuff like that. But I don't think that's necessary. But she going on and going on with this baby journey. I said, listen, that's the storyline. That's where we're going. I'm okay. The Real House of Atlanta reboot the cast. Yeah, they did. They did. They did. They did reboots. They had a lot of new ladies. And they kept some other people. A soft one, not a hard one, but a lot of people was not coming back, and people left. So that's it. I don't know. Should be a journey. I said that's her journey. That's what she want to talk about. But it's just like we get it, girl. We get it. We get it. And I got to that point that you're desperate. Okay, you go to extreme measures to have it. But I don't know. I said, who you got this girl for? What's her name? Asha. I'm gonna leave it at that. It is what it is. That's a circus journey. That's what it is. So Angela was talking to her husband Charles. He was working her out, literally doing a lot of workout, and she said she wants to talk about what happened in Nashville. Okay, Charles, listen, he don't be careful the mess, but he sat down and listened to his wife, and she said what happened. She invite Drew to the. He said, "Why you invite somebody to say that we're not supposed to be invited?" Listen, at the end of the day, Charles, you don't know the housewives. That's what they do. This is a cash trip. Drew had to show up, but Angela was the one that invited her. So they talked about that and said what happened. They talk about anything about Charles. He don't care. But when she mentioned some of the stuff that she was saying, he didn't really react to it. Has her, that why they would say that. He act like he didn't care about nothing. Like he's not bothered. Well, actually, you got a lot of things to say about everything else what they say, but now when they mention some rumors, you just mute and quiet. But okay, say about he can mess with someone in New York. He's there. Like that. And they say also she would f you. That you easy to mess around to get in the bed with. Hey Shania, how you doing? I'm good. I'm here. We having a good time over here. It was raining and freaking New York this today, but I'm well. It's my weekend. Enjoy my day off, and I'm here giving you a live. How you doing, Shell? He didn't say anything, but you say, "Listen, these girls don't know me like that." So don't be feeding into this and whatnot. And then she was saying that oh no, that's something else. That's later on. We talk about what Peach was saying. We talk about the Bush family. Now let's get to this Bailey Q, because you know Bailey Cynthia always do a Bailey Q every year. She usually do it around 4th of July, but she says since Juneteenth. Uh, hey, you made it. Yes, glad you came through. She said national holiday. She's not doing it on Juneteenth. So she asked everybody to wear Juneteenth colors, but she know the ladies ain't gonna follow the directions anyway. However, so she said, but she gonna have a prophet comes. And the prophet was one of the ladies. Her name was Tosh. She was at the freaking. She was at the birthday event. I think she was there. That's the one. Oh, that was the girl that said something about sucking dick. She was the one that said it. Oh, now I said, who this fake prophet anyway? Now that I know that she was the one that said it, I said, oh, so you will come on and say that, but now you want to talk to Drew privately? I said, girl, no, don't speak privately now. But Drew said she wanted to talk privately. But yeah, she was the one that said about the second date. I said, so you gonna try to shame me? That we all ladies in the table don't do it before? Girl. Oh yes, Angela's clocking up. So like I said, Cynthia had a prophet. Ladies start coming in, and each lady come in, she went straight at them. Now I didn't like that with what the figure prophet said because I didn't really care. So y'all let me know what they said, what she basically said. But I really don't care, basically. I really don't. I really don't. Because even though some people like this and get on show, sometimes I feel like they get spoon fed information and they come out. So I don't know if she really a prophet. Because how much is your prophet? We ain't see you before as no being no prophet and other things. So girl, get out of here. She said, I don't need no palms. I just read energy. I said, okay, so what the energy read? She basically said something about Britt Buttermilk, about a new business venture and stuff like that. Things will get better. She talked about Kenny about some car and whatnot. He tried to do damage to you, try to be vindictive by selling the car. She's like, I never told anyone about that but Britt Buttermilk. Like, this girl. So, she said, who was she? Angela about focus on your marriage, embrace sexy back. I said, don't lose your sexiness or something like that. But I said, when did Angela lose her sexiness? How you know that? Maybe Charles one of those dudes. He's like, listen, I don't care. He like to clean the house and whatnot. She said her Charles love language cleaning the house and everything. So maybe she need to do something for the housemaid outfit. I don't know what they should do. But I said, I don't think she need to do any. She don't think she need to do any bring no sexiness or lose her sexiness. I think, listen, at the end of the day, women have to choose that a man wants, and they could give it. It's like it is what it is. Ain't no sex need to be lost. And I think she's a well-bodied woman, still primed to give her husband what she wants. But you know, her husband's one of her husbands. But making the ugly school face when my girl came in. How Sheree told Nene that time. Oh, girl, don't make that face. Yeah, don't make that face. Like she wanted to be bald. Like she wanted to have an issue with Angela. Angela came in and the prophet knocked the drink down. And so and she told her that Angie messed up. And Angela's funny because she wore yellow, right? Because you know they call her Big Bird and everything. Now Peaches didn't remember saying call her Big Bird. She's like, who said that? I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that. But they say, oh yeah. And then she said, oh yeah, I call her Big Bird. Yeah, now I'm saying I don't think Angela is an ugly woman that she lost her sexy. For the prophet is making it seem like this girl lost her sexy. I said, no, girl, she lose her sexy. That is what it is. Do you know they having problems in the bedroom or something? So when Drew came in, she said she talked to Drew privately, and then Peach said, "Oh, so you will tell lies in public, but you don't want to say you want to tell the truth in private? Tell say it in front of us so you get ready. I said, so just like if she listen, y'all can read Drew. Drew go be like, oh my God, why you say that? Drew's an actress. She don't care what y'all say about her. Oh yeah, the dress was nice. The dress was nice. But I just referenced that she wore yellow because they call Big Bird. She said, oh, let me teach y'all. I won't wear yellow today, girl. And she was nice. So Britt Buttermilk said, oh, she was telling about some energy. She said, you give what you receive. Or whatever she said. No, you receive what you give. And she said, so do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about it? That's good. We can talk about it, girl. Because it seems like you got something, you got to get it out of your chest. Do you want to talk about it? So what energy I've been given? And I to receive. Said, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I said, listen, if you're going to be quoting stuff, stop quoting everybody. You're going to be quoting Kenya. You're going to be quoting movie lines. I said, girl, if you're going to be a member of Housewives, you want to be this little dusty-ass new villain, create your own lines and do something. What you getting all amped up about Angela for? Angela said, listen. She be reading her own damn self. Exactly. Say everybody playing victim. You was playing victim. All that stuff. So, girl, stop it. Stop it. Cool. What is coming out of my mouth? She said, oh, yes, I can't forget the words with that stretch marks around it. And she said, oh, stretch mark? Yes, girl. Yes, you got stretch mark because you got miles in your mouth. I said, ooh, not miles. That's right. And she said, you a whore. She said, a whore? And Shamia looking at that, figure Angela like she was like shocked that Angela said that. I said, and what make you think? Cause Angela poised that she ain't gonna come out. Y'all already know she's like her husband like to play devil's advocate. Her husband like to argue. So you think she gonna go toe to toe with your ladies? She showed she said numerous of times that she's not afraid of y'all. So when she said she got stretch marks and miles and miles and a whole, I was like, I was laughing. That's stretch marks. I never said that before. And you know, when Britt sit down, because Cynthia was holding Britt, Britt sit down, Britt was like, I said, Britt, stop gritting your teeth, girl. Britt are mad that you can't put your mama in her home house like Angela did with her mama. Exactly. Ahua. Exactly. They said a whore. Yes. Not a hoe, but a whore. Exactly. So when all that said is done, yes. And you got stretch marks in your mouth. I said, girl, stop with Bella Milk. Do not go after anybody else if you can't go come back. But she said, listen, your husband don't claim you after all these years. She said something about that. Like husband don't claim you and all that in the ring or whatever. She said something. I think Angela said Angela had enough with the girl. She said, I ain't gonna keep going back and forth with you. So Cynthia said, I'm gonna have peach juice and Angela go to the room and they can have a discussion. I said, why? The prophet room. At this point, the prophet left. I said, so she came and had little scenes and they're gonna leave. Okay. And they ate their food, they had a good food and else like that, whatnot. And listen, Kelly girl, try listen, I like it a little bit, but why every time you try to remind us that you want to drink up something? Every freaking time, this is not the freaking natural. Every time we have a freaking shot drink, she going like, tell her something? Yeah, the receipts. Where the receipts at? Where the receipts about this baby? Since y'all claiming about there's a baby out there, where's the receipts? She ain't got nothing to say. Yes. And then yes, Britt Butterman could say something, and then here go Kelly in the fact. She said what? Oh yeah, she got the ass, baby. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, she said she got the ass, baby. I said, girl, if you don't stop screaming at the hell, I think in microphones in our ear and our TV screens, you might have to mute you next time. But girl, ooh, hey Kelly, why you hanging on Britt talk about the outside? Exactly. So Angela and Peaches talk, and she's saying Peaches saying that Angela keep bringing up Charles. So I said, no, that's not what happened. No, she did not keep bringing up Charles. You keep mentioning Charles, and this the first time Charles mentioned out of your freaking mouth, Peaches, was at the bank. Maybe you said you got some tea about Charles, and Angela said, well, so what tea you got about Charles? She said, oh no, girl, I'm joking. I'm not tea. I said, you always joking. You're not joking. You got some tea. You brought up Charles' name. Angela did not bring her husband's name up to you all the time. So stop playing, try to make it seem like she keep bringing up Charles and whatnot. And then you try to deflect and try to act like you didn't say what she heard. If if you think it's true about a baby because the streets are saying that, then but what Ken showed on the boards are true also, right? Because if you did or you didn't. Because if you did, stand up and I say, yes, I got 3,000 back then, and what? And I did it. That's my past. I did it in the past. I'm not there anymore. I'm married now, and what? We all suck dick out here. So what's up? I would have said that. That's what I would have took. I would even get mad. I would get mad. I would be like that person. I said, yes, be sucking dick. Yeah, I would spend that whole shit. Everybody would say, "Oh, she's not mad." I said, "Why be mad?" Yes, it's a public. It was embarrassing how Kenya did it, but I was like, "Okay." I said, "Girl, we all suck dick." It's like we got kids, right? We fucking so good. We mad. So yeah, she was saying all that stuff. She said, "Yeah, I'm talking about." She was thinking that, figure, you talk about her. She said, "It wasn't behind your back. Cause you supposed to be sleeping." I said, "It wasn't behind her back. If you think she was sleeping, you talk about her back. You just mad. You mad because she caught y'all behind and I heard what y'all said and checked y'all downstairs and you skedaddle your ass upstairs. Now you saying the Henny saved you because it was something." I said, "What you gonna do? You gonna fight like you did before? Pull in here, drag or somebody? What? You wanna do that? How you gonna turn it out? Because we know you know for that. Your spin-off show, you fighting Dennis and everybody. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, because Simon to put Simon getting on behind. Chad, you marry a guy who freaking despise you and talk about you like a dog. And then she get a confessionals admit that she said it. But no, she said, I ain't said that. But yeah, but you shouldn't have even heard it. Like you was supposed to be sleeping. We were talking mess. So you just admitted that you said it. Yeah. I'm just sorry that you overheard us having a good time with my girlfriends. I'm sorry you heard that. I said, girl, what you sorry for? You was not having fun. You was dead serious, in my opinion. Because you would do it if she kept messing around with you. You ain't a stranger for sleeping with somebody's husbands. Exactly. I heard my name. You talk about me, you talk about husband, so I want to come down and say what's up. Yes, I ain't get that. Why are you apologizing? It seems like Angela one of those girls who's apologize. But I said, do you really mean that apologize? She said, but then I was like, she put if in front of it. She said, if I offend you and everything, I apologize. And like that. So why are we apologize for peach juice? And she said, so Cynthia was in there. She said, well, she didn't apologize for my husband. I said, what she apologized for? She didn't say nothing about no Simon. Nobody said nothing about no damn Simon. She don't always ask you why you took that lady husband. Why you took that lady husband? That's all. So I was like, girl, I said, you could say the apology because Andrew, you're gonna be waiting for. If I'm Andrew, I said you're gonna be waiting for her because you ain't getting one. What I apologizing for? The only thing I can apologize is bring up Drew on the trip. Apologize for that. That's it. That's what I'm gonna say. And then after Andrew said apology, thinking Peach said ditto. I said ditto. See, I said, Andrew, don't you apologize not man one time again with this girl again. Don't. Oh well, and don't even talk about that man. She just asked what you did, not him. Shit, you don't know my what Aunt kept. This is it. So that all that said and done, they hugged it out, and that's that. I guess they're gonna move forward with what now. So, but Angela, don't think it gets slacking and get stupid. You carry it and get MVP. So let's keep it there. All right. Don't be falling on having no Shamia or Buttermilk or freaking Kelly or freaking Peach Juice behind. None of that. You could say low key Cynthia, baby dad's hit different. I said, girl, if you don't sit your ass there like your daughter is not freaking almost 30 years old and you're freaking Leon's all over the place, girl, get the hell out of here. You mad because people will F Leon still, but whatever. Even you too, girl, but whatever. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. But baby dad's hit different. I said, girl, you don't got no baby daddy. Child. Your child is not freaking young like that anymore. So then Cynthia brought Shamia in. So Angela could talk to Shamia. I said, I don't know what for. Whatever. So Angela said to Shamia, she said, listen, as a wife, I would think you would have checked your friend about she would say something like that for someone's husband, because you know that's not good and whatnot. Especially as your friend. She can't. Nobody can expect anything from her. That's all I say, girl, but I still won't apologize. I said, girl, whatever. It is what it is. She said, well, what? I would think it was funny. I find anything funny. I was laughing at my freaking Uncle Philip because they dressed him as a pastor. He never been in the church. I said, oh, so he could dress him in a suit. What the hell? They dress anybody in a suit when they get 6 feet under. They got to make them look nice. I said, girl, F out of here. And she said, well, it's not my fight. It's not my fight. Oh, so now it's not your fight. But it was your fight when you was on the freaking mix with freaking Drew and Peach Juice, right? And Dennis, right? It was your fight then, but it's not your fight now. I said, Shamia, that's why the fans are disappointed with you. Because at this point, yeah, she started off strong, but then it was like, what's going on? She becoming like a lapdog. And I said it. Yes, I said it. Because every scene so far, you defended Peach Juice, you defended her Peach Juice, you defended Peach Juice, saying everything on her defense. She barely said anything in your defense. That besides the baby story. And so we can see his journey. Other than that, you are basically up Peach Juice behind and not checking and not doing nothing. That's why I so wait to see the second half and see how the friendship fall apart. Because you're gonna start realizing she's not reciprocating what you give. And she's been like that for years. So if Britt Buttermilk threatened to F Gerard, if you didn't get your ish together, would that be funny? It wouldn't be funny. Now she would say you could try, But I say yes. Anybody say if you could think you could take my husband, go ahead for it. If he allowed you to take for a husband, then he could mind just be with you. But it still won't be no funny because a girl, what the hell come out your mouth saying that for? Or better if Kelly was said it, you would have not think it's funny then. Or you'd be like, good. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do all that. You would be bad. Because Angela and you know your friend Peaches have an issue with her, you gonna say it's not your fight. So I need you to stay out of it from moving forward. I need you to stay out of it moving forward since it's not your fight. If I were Angela, if you get in my business one more time, I said, did you say it's not your fight? Did you say it's not your fight? So I want to hear from you. You got anything else about this on your way? Because I think I'm done. It ain't much to say. We're about to do Beyond the Gates next. Oh, so the misses the trailer. Phaedra's back. I don't know why, because the ladies have been carrying so far without her. So we don't even need Phaedra back because she will be just sitting there and just just staying being around. They revive Fick Frack. Don't know what they're gonna give. Oh well. Well, Shami, Angela basically said that no, we're just gonna table this because we're just gonna agree to disagree, and that's that. I'm good on this. We don't have to talk about it anymore because she's mad. Because I said this is disappointing. As a fellow wife, you would think somebody, a friend of yours, will say something like that, and you was gonna think it's funny. I don't care if y'all was having a good kiki. I would say, nah, friend, that's not good. Because no, especially with your reputation you got going on, that's not something you say to. Okay. I mean, I'm done with RHOA. We're about to do Beyond the Gates. But before we move down, let me see. You see Sweet Tea not coming back to Medicine next season. Yeah, I saw it. And to be honest, I was like, it needs to be a shakeup anyway. I feel like it is disgusting. It's very disgusting. That's why I can't. So far, Shamia has been losing us, and for her to fight, for her to get a piece to now, and still be like a lapdog and behind Peach Juice. Nah, stay your own and stay your. That's what we liked before. But whatever. Yes, I saw, and to be honest, I think that was a good decision. To fair, and not because I don't. I just like her because I don't. I'm one of the people. I didn't just like Sweet Tea. I like some of her methods. Just like I'm annoyed with a lot of the ladies. Y'all know. Y'all watch my review. I'm saying I'm annoyed with all of them. Even Quad. Yes, I said it again. They said, "Missy, you funny. You be messy." Yes, I'm annoyed with all of the people in that cast because they always annoy me. Every last one of them. And Married to Medicine. So I feel like next season they should shake up. Some people should not come back. And I feel like if they continue this, if SVT and Greg continue to come back, I say y'all gonna need to get it together. Y'all gonna need to be in the same space and not be triggered by each other every now. If y'all gonna continue to be triggered and having this dance back and forth, I'm gonna be tired of it. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna cuss all y'all asses out. Cuss all y'all behinds out in my views. Because I'm done. It's stupid. Quad and King the same way too. And now they're not here next season. I want to hear none of y'all talk about no Greg and Sweet Tea. Leave it alone. They're done. They're out of here. Go about your own business. Now they're gone. I guess Quad don't have to worry about it anymore. She could come back with King. But that what? They gonna put pressure on you? You gonna have the same song and dance with you, Quad, with the ladies? No, I'm tired of that too. I better not see no Fika trying to make up session with Simone. If y'all do that, I'll be mad. I will roll my eyes deep. I'm not want to see no makeup session with you or Simone. I don't want to see that. I don't want. You say you're not cooking something behind. I don't want to see it. Done. Be done with that. If we do another session that you try, we gonna try to be fast, that make it work. I will be so freaking annoyed. I probably won't review the rest of the season. I would be annoyed. I said, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. Another season, I'm not doing this again. We're not doing this again. I don't watch Beverly Hills, so I don't know what happens. You see that sudden fire, Avi on. I don't know who's Avi. Um, Now, Helly should have to answer some questions about why her family be lying. Child, you know they're gonna keep Heavenly, even though I don't feel like she need to come back. They just shake up the whole cast. Just shake them up. Get some new doctors, wives, and doctors. Child. But you're not gonna keep. They're gonna keep Heavenly, and they also gonna keep the freaking production rap freaking Simone. Even though I can't stand microphone. I want Simone gone. I want her gone, but they ain't gonna leave her go because she gonna do what the production wants her to do. So they're gonna keep her. Oh yeah, I haven't. That's one of those housewives shows I never got. The only housewives show I really got into is Potomac and Atlanta. And yeah, I know I don't review Potomac anymore because Potomac got on my nerves. So Atlanta is held on thread. I was just not this close now watching the season because of this whole key and not being on the rest of the season. But I said, no, what? I'm gonna stick to it. Go stick to it because they're doing so good. They okay so far this season. But that Phaedra coming back now, I ain't care for it. They gonna keep some on. Most likely. No, I never got to Salt Lake. See, that's the only two housewife shows only I really religiously watched was Atlanta and Potomac. And to be honest, the reason why, it was an all black cast. Yeah, mostly. But Salt Lake City, don't get me wrong, Salt Lake City and Beverly Hills all good. I just had not really got into it like that. Yeah, they're gonna keep Simone. They most likely will keep Heavenly. I just don't, they need to shake it up. They could let go Jackie. Let go Jackie. Keep Mimi in. Maybe another loose housewife and no lady. Contessa go come back, I guess. If Heavenly go stay, maybe Contessa go come back. Whatever, but we need to change it up. This whole sing and dance with them over and over again, it's gonna be annoying. Nada, Sweet Tea's not back. Oh, I know about Mary Cosby. I know about her. Everyone, I started watching the first season. I just stopped watching it after that. But I know about Mary Cosby. She's funny. She is funny. But yes, Sweet Tea ain't coming back. How's that good? They don't need to talk about her anymore. But let's see what's going to happen. I know that they said it's allegedly that Quad is working on the baby making with King. I mean, I said alleged because I ain't here for her, but I guess that's what other people are saying. So that maybe that's something that go on. But what kind of beef they're going to have this season? We'll see. But if they're going on and on about Sweet Tea and Greg next season, I say y'all need to get it together. They done. They're not here. They're coming out with a new housewife in Rhode Island. Rhode Island? No, I ain't hear about that. And why Rhode Island? I guess nothing wrong. They got some good, interesting ladies. I check it out. I give it a try like I did give Dubai a try. And after that first season, I said, that's it. I ain't giving no more. All right, let's move on to Beyond the Gates. Is it like is production, is filming? Is it green lighted or that is like a rumor? Oh, so it's green light. They like got the ladies. They on production. They filming. All right. All right. So episode 47 and 48. Now 49 came out today. I didn't watch it yet because it was today, and I was watching other shows. So we're gonna talk about 47 and 48. All right. Listen. So we got this aftermath of what happened. Leslie neck ish up and caused havoc in the Prees and freaking Richardson. Nicole's 10th anniversary. Said what she had to say. She she released the demon and whatnot. Off. Eva stayed behind. She's there and whatnot. So meanwhile, we ended with Leslie going to the priest's house. I said, girl, you got some nerve to go show up at their house like that. Going over there, beyond the gates. That freaking Martin is a pain in the behind. If I was 10, I would have knocked him on his ass once or twice. Now, Martin is a pain behind, but Martin was justified to me in this honest. Like, he justified his feelings. Because how dare you use me as a cover up as a child to go have an affair with your mistress? I don't care what it is. It was a one-time affair or not. It is what it is. And you brought him multiple times to interact with that lady. So he has the right to be upset. Now, when I pushed the father, no, I would curse him out and just walked away. Other than that, I had to do no physical violence on him. Yeah, he had to push him. I don't feel like he had to push him. But, that's his anger. He used his anger, and he went about that the wrong way. He went about that the wrong way. But some people use little physical violence when they get angry. And we all know he's not a stranger of being angry. And we still don't know the secret. But it seems like as more and more coming by, as more and more he did something to somebody. But whatever. So Leslie goes to the priest. So basically, what you're saying that don't shut Eva out. She's part of this legacy. And I said, no, she's part of Ted legacy. If that's his child. He is. He's a big girl. He's a grown baby. Shelter grown baby. That's Ted's child. Now I know they produced the DNA results and birth certificate, but I say y'all need to double check that before y'all accepted anything, especially Ted. And I'm surprised that nobody even suggests to get their own DNA test just to make sure. Well, that's not most of the priest's responsibility. That's more also Ted, because at the end of the day, she is only connected to Ted. Yes, he's married to Nicole. However, she's not a pre by say. She is Richardson. So for her to try to make it seem like don't shut Eva out and all that stuff you're doing for your daughter, I say, no, you're not doing this for your daughter. Because I feel like you're doing this for your own sake, for your own stake and for what you didn't get. Part of heritage. And then you gave this long speech. Ted, you're a medical doctor. Swap that girl's cheek. And do something. Child. Or go to a doctor the old-fashioned way. You go to take her to the doctor office and let them do the results. She wants some understanding. She wants y'all to understand her and how she wanted this for her child, how she want to protect her child. It's like that. I said, no, you wanted to do this for yourself. If you wanted to protect your child, you would be there with your child right now. So what you think you're going to get? And then you gave this long speech. And then you go walk your behind out the door and you have the last word. I need to say, Where you going, girl? You going to stay right here because you ain't going to think you'll come in my house, have the last word and walk out. I'm going to have the last word. And then said, not today, girl. So Kat Eva talked. And basically, Kat was telling Eva, so listen. Eva did say, yes, I did. He didn't know about me. I was fed and I was fed lies. But besides the point, yes, you were fed lies, and Leslie's wrong for that. She told you that the father knew about you and he didn't do nothing with you. He just tossed you aside, didn't give you the what you deserve, and the income, the finance, whatever it is, what you deserve that Cat and everybody else got. But I said, Leslie, that's what you wanted. You wanted that status because you know who he is. And you thought by doing all this, they were gonna leave and he will be with you and all that stuff. That's not gonna happen. What you think? You thought you was gonna get that status like Nicole? She thinks she's gonna be the new Nicole. Test, new wife, and respectable now. Be pleased. Exactly. And you think people will respect you? Like Lisa said, nobody gonna forget. You did this in the most inhumane, nasty kind of way in public to humiliate the freaking people at the country club. And you think they're gonna accept you? Hell, even your daughter, they gonna accept y'all. Because even Kat said, listen, you had ample of time to tell us who you really are. And yes, you try to stop at the last minute. That last minute tip is you don't get no brownie points for that. You not get any brownie points for that. Because you tipping to stop at the last minute was too late. You have months. Or however long this freaking show is. Because sometimes we don't even know the timeline. But we know they have days and weeks and weeks. We know it's been weeks. You have weeks to plan this. Convince our parents to have the anniversary with them, knowing that your mom was going to do this. And even though you started having second thoughts, you still went along with it. So, no, you don't get no sympathy or whatever. Yes, what your mama did was effed up to you, and she had to live with that, and you need to check her for that. But don't sit here and act like we supposed to forgive you because you attempt to stop it at the last minute, even though you was planning with your mom up to this point because you was fed a lie. However, when you start interacting with Ted and Nicole and realize they're not the people, the hardcore monsters that your mother made them to be, more so Ted, and just use Nicole as a collateral damage, you should start speaking up and said right then and there. Also, Ted should have spoke up when he know Leslie and Dana, Lulu came in town. When Dana came in town, you should know what's up and told her. Now, the outcome may have been less severe now than before. It was still probably upset and hurt. But by you spreading your own truth, the time will heal. But the fact that you let someone else publicly humiliate us, the time is not going to heal that way in that aspect. You could have been said something to say. You have no friends in this town now. Your two little friends that you was having lunch with is not gonna mess with you, especially Mona. The way Mona gave that daughter a look, she is nowhere gonna respect y'all because now y'all use me and everything. Don't get me wrong. The person who played Amber, not Amber, I think that's her real name. The person who Eva. She got to act like actors. She cried that thing when she was her. So when Kat said, "You done to me," because Kat was going on, she said, "You gonna act like this? You know what? I'm not giving you no more screen time. You dead to me." And I said, "Ooh, girl, you get the acting chops. Go ahead, girl. Whatever." She had to leave and everything. And yes, she showed Kat the birth certificate and I guess DNA results. But I was like, exactly. So tell Nicole said, listen, I was desperate to have a baby for you. Desperate to have a baby for you. And you got a nerve to get somebody else pregnant at the same time? And are you the same man that's standing in front of me that you was 20 years ago? Are you the same Ted? Because how will you do something like that? Because Ted, I know, would be an honorable person and stick up and face the truth. But no, you hid this lie and try to cover up this lie for 20 plus years and still try to do so now and hoping that this will not blow up on you. And that's why I said last time that he is being a doted, loving husband to Nicole, always loving her, saying she's the best woman. She's not doing all that. All that could be still true. But I feel like you're doing that low key It's because you did something and the guilt was killing you, and you try to overcompensate for what you had done. So you was trying to make sure this lady would not come back in your life and overly love Nicole to the point that she think that you was a stand husband, stand guy, and whatnot. People need to be like your husband, not knowing that he had this secret that he was hiding for 20 years. So that line that he said, "Hope that one mistake does not overshadow all the good you did." I said, "Well, what's that one mistake though? It's not a one mistake. It's a one mistake cover up, a lie that you still continue to lie." It's Letty never ever showed up. You would have had Nicole in this picture. Now, you granted you didn't know about Eva. However, you still know this girl was around. This lady. Now, you thought she took the money and escaped. I say, first of all, you gave her money a long time ago, and she came back all these years. So you think you was gonna give her a new set of money, and then she was gonna leave, and then check that she's left? You stupid. You just dumb. He felt like if he told Nicole, he would lose everything. You may have, or you may not. You never know. Maybe she still would probably be hurt about it, but she probably would have probably at least been less hurt about it because she said it. It probably work it out with you because you told her the truth. But no, you let some bitch come my face and tell me that. Yes. And you knew she was in town and you didn't say anything then. That's what I said. You gave Leslie or Dana, you gave Dana the ammunition to blow your spot up. If you would have said it yourself, she would have lost the power. That's why you should never, and this is real life, don't let someone else have all the power exposing you when you should just do it yourself. Don't. When you have somebody have a leverage over you, you effing up. Set a complaint for yourself. That's what some people. That's what you heard the phrase: "Spread your own tea, for let somebody else spread it for you." Do it because spreading your own tea, we've been less likely to hurt because it's like you own it up to it than somebody else. It didn't even get to that point. She just told them, especially when they know they're being nice to her and realize she said, "Listen, I got something to tell y'all." Or at least tell Ted. And it was funny that Cat Eva had this little same guy, but different scenarios. Like Cat said she had a fairy tale father, but it was a reverse fairy tale because now he became a person she can despise now, or she can't stand with now. But then freaking Eva said that she had like a known fed lies or a monster who became a freaking beauty or a good guy to her, a prince in her life. So you know how to flip that was? That was good. That was good lighting. Good lighting. I love that. Love that. So Martin is pissed. Rightfully so. He was pissed at Leslie because he was going off of her. He said, "You better stop by walking out that door you came up from. And you just I remember you." And she kept going, "Brownie boy. Hey, Brownie boy." I said, "Leslie, you cray, but you was funny a little bit. Because when you called her Tetty last week, okay, you could tell her who I am, Tetty. But now you call her Martin Brownie boy. And Brownie boy." And I said, "Oh, child, Leslie, you was too much. You know, you deserve to get smacked, right?" So he was going off, and they see her go home because, Anita and Vernon was scared. They said, "Oh, child, Martin, calm down, Martin. Martin, calm down. Calm down." He's not going to go home. He's like, "Do that, baby. Go ahead, go home." He read a book. He read like a signature writing from his father to him in a book. He was pissed. He threw that book. That he started throwing a lot of books on the ground. Smitty came in. He said, "Martin, what's up with you? What's going on? We're gonna go through this together. Make it work." Oh yeah, she gonna Danny Oakley. Like she not in the free. I was like, not Danny Oakley. So I was like, child. Smitty said, let's get it together. We're gonna be there for you. We're gonna work this together as a family, go through the storm, but you cannot lose control like that. Get it? He said, you're right. They're nervous. They have to clean up the place before the kids get there. See what happens because the kids have to play. Well, so all that being said and done, Anita read Leslie for Filth a little bit. She read her, told what she had to do. You try to secure for yourself. A mother protects her child. You did none of that. You try to say you do all this for you. I say you protect your child. The mother is trying to teach the child and not to be that vindictive that she was and all that stuff and speak up and do all that stuff. She had a lot of things. So, but that's that. Even went home, Leslie locked me out. I said, "Don't you locking the door?" And he said, "All that dusty ass speech about your daughter, and you gonna lock your daughter out?" She put the chain lock on it. So he was there, mama. I was like, "Oh, child, she yeah." So Nicole said, "Listen, we're gonna leave." She said, "I ain't leaving. You leaving. If I either smell your cologne or you will walk through that door, for God help me." When she told her to be silent, I wanted to call her. I wanted to. I wanted her to call her a demon also. Exactly. He gonna go. He said, "Listen, I want to go to a hotel, and but I will hope you will call me." And so you gonna wait for that call. You will keep on waiting because I won't be calling you for a while, girl. So Eva went to the place to pack up her stuff. Be silent, demon. Eva went to a place and Nicole called her. Golden. She said, "What you doing here?" She said she getting her stuff like that and whatnot. Now Eva tried to talk to Nicole and said, "Listen, this is that or that." And Nicole said, "I don't hate you." She said, "You must hate me." She said, "I don't hate you." She said, "Oh, yes, I do. I hate you." Danny came in and said, Danny said, "I hate you." I said, "I know that's right. You better stick to it." Because Nicole was trying to give in. And I said, yes, Leslie is a true demon and messed up. But I said, you can't straight forgive Eva that much because she still had a hand in this as well. For real. Now she gonna leave the place. I said, "Nah, you leaving, you leaving." So I forgot. Vernon gave his little speech and he just sang Amazing Grace. I said, "Oh, snap, that was nice. That was nice." But yes, y'all, I did tell her because I don't know, Nicole got a special place in my heart. I like Nicole. And when she heard her, I was hurt. I was like, "Oh my gosh." It's here. The start of the show yesterday was with the election of the new Pope. I missed one of that. Oh, it was. So Bill and Haley was talking and how he come for Ted and Haley, you do the most, girl. I said, first of all, who put that dusty crack behind outfit on Haley? She didn't look right in that outfit at all. I said, first of all, who wearing the outfit? You or the outfit wearing you? Because girl, it look like the outfit wearing you because you ain't looking right in the outfit. I said, what kind of whore kind of spy outfit you was getting? Cause that's the day. That's freaking that describes who you are. Cause you are a whore. Like, so I was like, girl, bye. So Leslie had another little fantasy about Ted, thinking that he was gonna come to her and be with her, and she kisses him, and then he flipped on her and gave her sweet dream and beautiful nightmare. But well, it was not cute at all on her either, at all. And said he would regret letting her go, and then he turned around. He said, "You think I will ever come out?" And she woke up in her dream. I said, "Oh, child." So Kat and Tomas talk. And I said, Tomas, listen, don't you hate when something happens to you and everything, and then the person you with trying to be the other side of the reason? I said, I don't need you to feel sorry for the other side. Bitch, you were here for me. So when I tell you about something about Eva, I don't need you to talk about you mad at Ted. I said, I know who I was thinking mad at. You don't need to remind you when I'm mad at. She is not mad at her father. She kind of despises her father right now. But it doesn't take away the fact that Eva and her mom did what they did in a public, embarrassing way to destroy my family. It seemed like it, child, on both sisters. And he said, that's my sister. She showed me the results. And it's my half sister. But that doesn't matter, half or not, it's still sisters. And she said, I don't care. Other than blood, that's it. I don't have nothing else to be with her. I don't have nothing to say with her. And we're not interacting anymore. And I need you to please. You cannot really see her and be good friends with her because I don't need right now. And he got saved by the freaking bell, but the freaking phone call. I said, because he didn't answer that question. But they're going to table it for next time. But I said, I don't need you. He said that I'm not speaking for him, but I think you should be mad at Ted. I said, I don't need you to tell me what I'm mad at. But what I need you to do, understand what's going on. So I don't need you to defend nobody in my freaking face right now. I don't need you to do that. So yes, my father will get his. But I need you to stay here by me and be by my side. If you can't do that, then we don't need to be together. And no, I don't. I asked Tomas to be a yes man. I'm not asking for that. But I asked for when something happened publicly like that, and the bad you should be by your partner, your date or whatever girlfriend side. You should be by that side. Understand? I don't need you to tell me who the fuck I should be mad at. Bitch, I know who I'm mad at. I'm mad at a lot of people who destroyed my family. My father, Leslie, Eva. They're all in that freaking category. Out of here. Now I don't think he's malicious or he doing anything wrong. So I'm not gonna side eye him. But I just didn't like that. I just didn't like it. That's my opinion. I just didn't like it. So after all is said and done, Ted went to see Bill. He said, "So why you didn't tell me that she had a child?" Bill didn't even know she had no child. Now we did got confirmation that Bill made a veiled threat like that. He made that threat. So Leslie O'Dana was not lying about that. He did make a threat. However, and Bill said he would just all talk or bark but no bite. He's not was gonna go along with it. He made a threat to get her out of town, but he was not gonna act upon it. As to how she would know. You threatened me to take my baby. You threatened to kidnap my baby and sell it, and you think she gonna think you not be act upon it? So that's foul for you to say that in your first place. Or for her to get out of town. And he said he did that because he said, they both was mad as a family. They know each other. They feel like that would be a good grace with each other to bond over something like that. He said, "Why you would say like that?" He said he would never go along with it, but he made the threat, so he confirmed he did say it. And he said, "What your responsibility?" Said it's like we wouldn't be going through this if we never slept with the lady and got pregnant. So that's what it is. So I was like, "Ooh, child." But and Naomi and Chelsea want to know if their father is like that, and their father would ever say something like that. But so, well, it confirmed he did say it. But now you gotta realize if he really mean it or not. But I said we don't know about Bill because he does make a lot of threats. Now he made threats and people act upon his threats. Because we don't know and see if somebody defied his threats and see if he actually was going on and do it. But whatever. Like when he threatened Anita Vernon and said, "You better finish, gotta be there, or else I can explode." So I said, "What if Anita and Vernon just fired them and then and then concede to his threat? What he would have done then?" So Chelsea had caught Anita Vernon because they were talking about Bill and saying that, listen, he's capable of something. We don't want to cross that bridge and everything, so we're gonna let it be. And she said, "What? What y'all saying?" And they said, "Oh, child, oh God, oh, that divert Chelsea." They saying about the father, and they would say that he is a lot of words, but he's not balk. He would not act on it. So she would know her father is really a jerk sometimes, or her father is a straight villain. She need to know that. And they say he's more bully than brute. And if you think he's more bully than brute, then why the fuck are y'all figure conceded to his figure threats? Y'all know he's capable of. If y'all know he's all bark with no bite, so why are we doing all this cover up? And be afraid of Bill. Tell now you don't push him too far, because we know what he's capable of. Y'all say y'all know he does this, but then you say, like, you try to calm Chelsea down. But no, don't try to lie. Don't lie. So Danny hate her. Danny hate Eva. Nicole said she don't hate her, but I said, girl, you can't forgive her either. So Danny and Nicole talking. And I said, "Danny, listen, girl, I know you try to talk about what you need to talk, but I don't need you to sit in my face right now and figure defend no freaking Ted to me. That's the worst thing. You should come and be a listening ear, be my pillow to cry on if I want to cry. But for you to say that Ted and Bill is not the same, and that Ted loves you and he did all this and he's the same man and he did all that," I said, "Girl, do you fuck him then?" Yes, I said it. Because if you feel like the Ted is like this, she said, "No, I ain't excuse what he did." I said, "So don't excuse nothing. I don't need you to defend him and I." At the end of the day, he held his lie, he kept it in, and he think it was not going to happen and blow up in his face. It did. So I don't need you to do all that. Now Nicole said she's stuck. She can't feel. She can't cry. She can't rage. Well, she has to be crying, but she can't rage. She can't feel nothing. She's just numb. So she told Danny she need her space. So Danny left and she said, "Okay, go give you space." And she went to Bill's house to confront Bill. This is a trigger part, and we're almost done, y'all. So figure Eva to the house. Leslie is pissed. She is mad that Eva was trying to stop her with Bill and try to side with Ted in the co. So much that she packed Eva's bags up and kicked her out the house. She threw her daughter out the house. Because how dare you side with Ted for all this stuff? And I said, "Girl, Eva should have smacked you or just something." I ain't supposed to think that she should smack her mother, but I said, "Listen, curse her out or something." Because how dare you try to act like what I did so messed up. When you fed lies to me over the years, make me believe something to help you, knowing that's not the truth. Because all you say, you protecting me because I didn't want you to know he wanted me to get an abortion. Oh well, tell the truth. There's excuse for he said that and made him do, but at least it would have been too messed up, but whatever. Maybe she wouldn't go along with this stussy plan if you would have told the truth all the time. But whatever. Kicked her own daughter out because she pissed. And then, not top of that, she took the picture that she had with her daughter and threw in the freaking garbage. I said, "Oh, so you mad, girl? You really mad?" So I said, "What else gonna happen with Leslie then? She did her part. What else she gonna play? What she gonna do? And nothing else for God. If we need a new villain, or maybe the priest should have a rival family because you know most soaps have rivalry families. So maybe in the future they will have a rival family in the Beyond the Gates. Not the priest with all the powerful. Because right now the priest had all the power. Leslie blew shit up. Yes, Bill did what he did. Leslie did what she did. It's all stuff. But they still band together and bounce together. We need somebody else to rival them to give us something. Hey, that's gonna be a storyline. And most soaps always have that. But whatever. But Leslie showed no purpose anymore. So what else she give? She kicked her daughter out. She can't go back to the police acting like she gonna run shit. Ted is done with her. So what she gonna do? I wish they found out that she did that stuff to Laura, so like that, and get her arrested. So whatever. So Eva got nowhere to go. First of all, I want to know how the Eva knew that he was at the hotel or where he find her at. Whatever. She got nowhere to go. She said mother kicked her out and whatnot. Ted said he said let's reset the button. I'll get you the hotel for tonight, and then I will get your apartment, rent your apartment later on, and then we're gonna work on building a relationship there. It doesn't mean that I forgive you for what you did. You could have came to me, but we can at least work on something out, get to know each other. Because that's what she said. She wants to get to know him. She wants to mean something to each other. And I said, you don't know that. First of all, get the DNA test, freaking legitimize that results and see if it's actually true before you start getting apartments and stuff like that. But whatever. So Nicole went to Anita Vernon because Nicole told the parents that she needs some space. So they'd be there when she need her. They got there, and Nicole kind of blaming herself. She said, I'm sorry that we tarnished her. I said, listen, stuff happens. And what Bill did and what Ted did and everything, it's not on y'all. Ted had them fooled thinking that he was a standing up guy. And it could be partly could be it still is, but he still made a major mistake and undeliverable as that because he knew and he consciously tried to still cover up. So you can't. She was blaming herself for the shame of the family. I said, "Girl, this is a reality. Nobody blaming you, and nobody gonna even think that." But the fact that she took it there is like, child, Nicole, oh girl, you need all the help you get, girl. We're here for you. We're here for you, girl. But that was Beyond the Gates. We do know they changed Ted, so Marisa will not be Ted anymore. Kenneth Robinson will be the new Ted Richardson. How you feel about that? Because we didn't discuss that before. Now I don't know the reasons why Maurice decided to leave the soap. Either they let him go or he decided he had a little obligations and stuff. We don't know his reasons. But usually they do recast people in soaps all the time. So it's not like it's something new. But it's the first recast of the new show, and it's only been a month. So, a month or two. No, it started in February. Never mind. Anybody mind. March, April, May. Yeah, it's like 2 months now. My bad. But any last thoughts before we get out of here? I know it's about 3 shows. Any last thoughts about any of the shows we talked about? All right. If anything else, let's say y'all. It's good. We'll be back next week for more Housewives Atlanta, more Court in the Act, more Beyond the Gates. I may not put all of them in one video, but we'll see how that goes. And whatnot. Show's coming out in June, so stay tuned for that, and we'll get into it. Until then, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all for coming through. Appreciate all y'all who came through and keep me company. Shani, CM, Empress, everybody else will be watching me in the bushes DVD. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Take care. If anything I missed, put down in the comment section down below. Please like the video. Share it out. Let people know about me. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. All right. Peace, y'all. Have a great weekend, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.